So good day everyone, I am Sheila Marie Camanyan to continue the discussion of neoliberalism. So the characteristic of neoliberalism here is free enterprise, competitions, deregulations, and the importance of individual responsibility, opposition to the expansion of government power, state welfare, inflation. So free enterprise or the free market refers to an economy where the market determines prices, products, and services rather than government. So, ang mga negosyo ug serbisyo kay dili siya control sa government. Alternatively, free market enterprise could refer to an ideology or legal system whereby commercial activities are primarily regulated through private. So, next is globalization rather than heavily regulated markets and protection. Lays government control over economic activity to enhance the efficient functioning of the economy. So how however, if the government were to cut spending, there would be no additional income generated by government. Ug ang mga firm and workers have less money to spend ug mas gamay-gamay ra pod ang kwarta na magasto ug less money would ripple through the economy. So, the adjustment in the level of government spending kay pwede siya maka-influensya nga para mas mo broader ang economy sa usa ka country. So, an increase in the impact by the private sector of the economy, a reduction in union power, and greater flexibility in employment, government intervention when it's needed to help implement, sustain, and protect free market activities. So, in a free trade market, is need jud siya og government intervention. It is because inequality can be created not through ability and handwork, but privilege and monopoly power. So, kung wala gid ang government intervention kay i-grab dayon sa ubang kumpanya ang opportunity ang opportunity sa power sa monopoly to pay lower wages of workers and charge high price to the consumer. So the example of neoliberalism is the North American Free Trade Agreement is one of the example. By this agreement, Canada, Mexico, and the US agreed to remove all trade restrictions between their countries to open up trade and increase the economic benefits for each. So, free trade allows business to expand and sell to people around the world, bringing jobs and prosperity, allowing millions of people a better quality of life. So, kung wala ang free trade o open international trade, mga mahal gyud ang mga products og dili pud siya tsada og mga kalidad. So, free trade can seem like an abstract concept, but it is very vital part of our lives. Criticism of neoliberalism. A misguided free market approach to public services. One common criticism of neoliberalism is that advocating for free market approach in areas such as health and education is misguided because these services are services. Public services are not subject to the same profit motivation as other industries. So, free market is one where voluntary exchange and the laws of supply and demand provide the sole basis for the economic buy without government intervention. So, the public service given to the commuter are not subject to the main topic. So, daily siya same in the other industry. So next is monopolies, the adoption of neoliberal policies in the Western world has run current with a rise in equality in both wealth and income. While skilled workers may be in a position to command higher wages, low skilled workers are more likely to see stagnant wages. So, a market controlled by one seller, so isa ra gyud ka seller ang mag-control with a good or service that has no close substitutes. So next is increased financial stability. Contrary to what proponents of neoliberalism typically claim, capital deregulations has not necessarily helped economic development. Rather, capital deregulations has led to an increase in financial instability, including economic events that at times have sent shockwaves around the world. So, meaning to say, dili siya stable, dili siya constant ang profit. For example, grabe ka dynamic ang changes sa profit, which means na naay times na sobra pa sa expected profit ang mag-gain, or the opposite, which is wala gyud kay profit. So meaning to say, unstable ang inyong financial state. So next is inequality. Neoliberal policies have been proven to increase inequality. This inequality can hinder the long-term growth prospect of an economic. On one of the spectrum, those who earn a low income have limited spending lower. At the same time, those who become richer have a higher propensity to save. So, meaning to say, it gives the favor people more power in controlling a state behavior, and more people are getting derived. So last, globalization. Finally, neoliberalism emphasis on economic efficiency has encouraged globalization, which opponents see as depriving sovereign nations on the rights to self-determination. So, tagaan og pagtagad ang tagaan og pagtagad or emphasis ang kung unsa ang effective ang economic status sa usa ka community.